Hi, welcome to another episode of Hot Takes. Now, the SNP are busy publicising the fact that they've got this new ministerial code coming down the line. It will stop the abuses of power. It will stop people using ministerial cars to go to football matches. It will stop people greedily grasping every freebie they can get. It will also mean that politicians who screw up in a big way can be punished appropriately, i.e. if you want to go to Morocco and knock one out in a hotel and charge the taxpayer £11,000 for it, for example, it will be easier to fire you, not just as a minister, but as an MSP. Out the door you go. Super. Except for one thing. It's still corrupt. The system does not look after itself, because buried deep in the heart of it means that the person who decides whether someone gets prosecuted or not, it's not an independent body. It's not a committee. It's John Swinney. It is actually the First Minister who decides whether his ministers or his politicians get punished. How can this possibly stand up to scrutiny? He's going on and banging on even about, transparency and openness and fairness. Well, it's hardly fair when he is judge, jury and executioner of his own politicians. And that is where it all falls down, of course. There should be a committee that decides the fate. It should be a committee made up of all parties, and it should be able that any politician can report any other politician for an investigation. Maybe two, just to stop any sort of personal animosity. But even so, with controls, put it in place, and it's not at the behest of the one man who runs the government. Otherwise, you have power of a king, don't you? You say who is innocent and who is guilty by ministerial edict. There's no justice at all. It's just opinion. It's very bad, but of course, one doesn't expect anything else of the SNP. Corrupt to the core, corrupt forever. So he will still have the final say on, whether a little bad boy and misbehaving MSP gets punished. Like I say, and this is despite all this bullshittery about the openness. Previously, the only person who could open an investigation into a ministerial breach was the minister themselves. So Swinney couldn't have done it. You know, it's only the minister themselves has to ask to be investigated. So how did that work out? Very badly. And of course, Humza Yousaf refused to investigate or instigate an investigation into his own behaviours, saying, I have done nothing wrong, therefore I am not having an investigation into whatever it is that I'm supposed to have done. Yeah, right. Michael Matheson falsely claiming expenses. Get Jenny Gilruth for allegedly stopping train disruption in her constituency. These were all things that they did not represent themselves, did not go for, and say, well, I've done something wrong, I need to be punished. Of course they're not. But now their decision is not important. It all goes up to John Swinney. And John Swinney will just look and go, oh, wait, they're SNP. I'm not invalid. No, they're innocent. Bada bang. There we go. So who's complaining? Everybody. Everybody who's not SNP, of course. Labour are saying it's bad. Tories are saying it's bad. Lib Dems are saying it's bad. And screw me, even the Greens are saying this is bad. And that there's no accountability. Well, what do we expect? Not that the Greens are any good, let's face it. Lorna Slater, if that was the case, Lorna Slater would have been hauled up and thrown out years ago, wouldn't she? For sheer stupidity and incompetence. My God, if they were all fired for incompetence, there wouldn't be any of them, would there? Hey-ho, let me know what you think. Thanks very much. Bye.